Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm going to do my weekly reading update for November 10th, 2019. So, it has been a week. Not bad, just a lot of stuff went on. I didn't, again, I'm in the middle of NaNoWriMo, so again, National Novel Writing Month, and so I'm trying to write 50,000 words in a month, and some years are harder than others. This year is going to be hard for me because I did not plan very well what I was going to do. And I've rewritten the first part of this novel twice now, as I'm on the third try. I think I got it. I'm not positive. We'll see. As I said, I really just need to continue on, but it's just, I'm having trouble. Anyway, I'm still a day behind, so technically today I have to write, I think I have to write 3,200 words is what I'm behind on. So I'm hoping to catch up today. We'll see. I really have no inclination to write today because I wrote so much yesterday. I wrote a little bit, almost 4,000 words yesterday to try to catch up, and I didn't make it. I was so tired. My computer died before I was done, but oh well. So that's where my writing update is. So this week my mom came and visited one night, so I lost that night. The next night I went out to dinner with my great aunt. I lost a lot of that night. And then I came home on Friday and just wrote a little bit and I went, nah, I'm done. So I mean, I'm writing every day, which was my goal this year for Nano. A lot of times I try to do that because I'm not typically a writer who writes every day. Anyway, sorry, this is way more writing thing, but we'll get into my reading here in a second. So, but I'm trying to write every day. So I will try to write today, even though I'm already kind of bucking at the idea of writing because I'm so tired of it. But I am going to write today. So that's my update. I'm a day behind. So we'll see how I do this next week. So I'm going to talk about the books today that I finished, the ones that I'm in the middle of, and then I have a whole bunch of options that maybe somebody can tell me what I should read next. We'll see where my mood goes because I have to write for a while. Anyway, so first book I finished was A Walk in the Woods by Bill Bryson. I did finish this on Sunday. I did strategically make myself read this rather than just watch BookTube all day. Well, I mean, besides after I got my writing done for the day, that day, which I did. Anyway, this is Rediscovering America Through the Appalachian Trail. I really enjoyed this. I'm actually really surprised that I never got around to any Bill Bryson stuff. I remember these books coming out. I actually worked at Walden's when this one came out. Walden Books, if anybody remembers that one. So I do remember this. I remember people buying this a lot, and I thought about it, but I just, I wasn't really interested in hiking, I must admit. But this was really funny, and I think it's and especially since I'm like almost the exact age of when he actually attempted this and made me realize I'm not doing this. Anyway, but I did this for the Nonfiction November. Again, that is being hosted by Olive at abookolive, and this was for the prompt of sport because I think hiking is a sport. I admire people who can go hiking for long distances. My cousin did the Pacific Crest Trail 2 years ago, and he was on that for a couple of months. He said it was a fantastic thing, but I would never want to do what he did. And again, my aunt and uncle, his parents, are great hikers, and they hike all over the place wherever they go for vacations and stuff. So they're just very big hikers. So anyway, their daughter was the one who was reading this 2 years ago that I saw while my cousin was walking, her brother was walking the Pacific Crest Trail. Okay, this is all kind of getting, it's all that family are hikers. And so she was reading this book, so my dad wanted to read it, and I don't know if he's read it. I got to find out now. That's why I didn't get to talk to him last week very much because it was a family thing, so I'll have to find out. But I really enjoyed this, and I read it because she had really enjoyed it and said it was good, and it was really funny. And a lot of things, he's really good about inserting history about the area and about the trail itself, and then his own observations and stuff. And then him and his friend were just, it was great to see real grittiness, really what they went through, not just oh yeah, we hiked it and it was great. No, they showed the whole downs and ups and things, mostly downs. So I really enjoyed this, and I'm glad I did finish this, and I will be picking up another one of his books. I'm really interested to pick up in the one about Australia in a sunburnt country because I've been to Australia twice, and one of my friends lives there. So I would really like, I think I'm going to pick up that one next. But if you guys have a different one you think I should pick up before that one, or any other suggestions for his books, let me know, because I think I'm going to start collecting them, because it was really good. I really enjoyed that. On Monday, I started an audiobook of From Here to Eternity, Traveling the World to Find the Good Death by Caitlin Doty. So this is the one who has the YouTube channel Ask a Mortician. I've read all of her books now that are out, because I read Will My Cat Eat My Eyeballs last month, which was really enjoyable, because I got it before Nonfiction November. So this was just one I picked up on a daily deal on Audible maybe a month or two ago. And I knew I was going to read it anyway this November. It was on my list. I really enjoyed Smoke Gets in Your Eyes, which was her first one, and I had listened to that on audio, I think, last year. So this one is more talking about different cultures and their different ways of how they deal with death and their relationship with death, and how, unlike a lot of us, at least in America, they talk about death and they celebrate it differently, with not so much stigmas of, hey, just don't think about death and put it aside. You know, they actually have it as a part of their culture. And it was very fascinating. I really think a lot of her books are just too short, because I want more and more, but they're really quick reads or listens, whichever way you do it. And I really enjoy them. So I did enjoy this, and I'm glad I can revisit that audiobook anytime I want to. But again, I got the library copy so that I could follow along. There are some really nice hand-drawn pictures inside. I mean, they go with the story, so I don't... Let's see, maybe I'll pick up one of the early ones. But, I mean, they're just... So, there's some nice to look at the book, too. So, anyway. But I really enjoyed that. As I said, I do think that in the culture we live in right now, at least here in the U.S., that we just don't talk about death, and it's like, let's not talk about it. And I just don't think it should be that way. Anyway, so it was a really good book, which I am probably going to go down a rabbit too of actually watching her videos. I've not done that yet. And I read now all 3 of her books, but I haven't watched her YouTube channel, so kind of interested to do that. And then the book I picked up on Monday as well. Oh, I did read this like in 2 days. It was like, you know, it was like a 6-hour audiobook, and I did a lot of listening at work one day because I was bored. Anyway, then I picked up on Monday as well The Diary of a Bookseller by Sean Bythell. Is that how you say his last name? I'm not quite sure. So this is the owner of the bookshop in Wigtown, Scotland. And I've heard a lot about this from other people here on BookTube, and so I had finally got myself a copy. I like this copy. It's really cute. Anyway, so this is telling about a year, like 2000... I think it's 2014. So it's early February 2014 to early February 2015. And it's like just like a snapshot of his life in the shop, like what happens with that. And I actually thought this took me a lot longer than I thought. It took me all week to read it. And again, most of that probably has to do with that I was writing every night, or I had family, I had things to do. But it took me all week to read this 310-page book, which was surprising for its content. But I think it was because I didn't want to, like, you know how you sometimes read really fast certain scenes? There wasn't scenes like that, because they were, you know, they were diary entries pretty much of this year. And so if you missed a line, you missed the joke. He was really sarcastic and funny. I just, it's not always my humor, I admit that. And his coworker, or his employee who works for him, Nikki, she is just a hoot, and I couldn't handle working with her. She would have drove me crazy. But I liked how it showed, you know, just snippets of his life, but mostly of the shop and the things that happened in the industry, and how being a bookseller is, and how hard it can be with the online stuff. So I really enjoyed this. And so I know that there's a new book out called Confessions of a Bookseller that I know some people are reading this month. I will probably wait till there's a paperback version and buy that, and maybe I'll read that next year. So I don't know. But I really enjoyed that. And now I want to go to Wigtown, Scotland. So somebody give me some money so I can go. So after I finished the audiobook for From Here to Eternity, I picked up I'll Be Gone in the Dark by Michelle McNamara. This is one woman's obsessive search for the Golden State Killer. So this is a book that, again, was huge last year, I think, early this year. And I got it on, I got my paperback version, but I also at one time got a deal on Amazon and I bought the audiobook. So I'm listening to this on audio, which is really fantastically done, which I don't remember who is the narrator. I will let you know next week. Sorry about that, or I'll write it in the show notes. It just went out of my head. I looked and then I can't remember. Yes, Cooper. Anyway, so sorry. Anyway, so this is again Michelle's kind of retelling of what happened with the East Area Rapist in the late 70s, and then how he went on to become the original Night Stalker in the early 80s, and how it went from Northern California down to Southern California. And again, she's dubbed him the Golden State Killer, which is now more what he's called now, even though, you know, he was East Area Rapist or the original Night Stalker due to the cases being so different. Or, you know, they weren't connected for many years until DNA. So, this is really, really, it's a good book so far. I can see, okay, so some people, you know, again, part of this was not completed. She passed away in 2016, so she was not able to complete her book, but some of her colleagues helped her and helped finish it. And you can see there is a couple of kind of, you would want more somewhere, but she did intend to write more, but she didn't get time. But I think overall they're patching it together really well for what this is. And so, at least so far, I'm halfway through. I'm just over halfway through. I got about, yeah, I'm almost just a little over halfway. I'm at 190 pages, I think, and this is just over 300 something, 330 or something. So I'm just over half. So I'm, as I said, I'm pretty much going to work on this for this week, and I'll probably finish it in a couple of days or so, because it's just about a little over 4 hours left on the audio. So probably maybe Wednesday, Thursday, I'll finish it up. We'll see. It matters what I do. So anyway, but I'm really enjoying this. I don't read as much true crime as I used to. And again, this is not what, I mean, I always still classify this as true crime because it does go into some of the, you know, the things that this man did. But it also is a memoirish because it's talking about her obsession and how she, you know, she was looking for stuff. And so it's kind of a cross between the two. But I think it's going really well, and I'm hoping to, as I said, finish it out here pretty soon. So the only other book that I had started this week was Ex Libris, Confessions of a Common Reader by Anne Fadiman. I've seen this book forever. I didn't realize actually how old it was. I guess it came out in, I think, 99. And I didn't realize that. I've probably seen it around and just didn't, for all those years, and just didn't remember. Anyway, so, but I think I saw a couple of people read this last year or during the year or something, so I just thought I'd pick it up. So it's like little essays on, mostly about her life, and, but with like a reading theme or books theme. And so far it's interesting. I've read, I'm about 60 pages in of 160. So, what's that, like a third? I don't know. A little over a third. I don't know. I found out because I read those 60 pages yesterday, I don't want to read this like solidly anymore. Like the little essays are about, you know, about 8 to 12 pages. So I think what I'm going to do is read 2 of these a night until next, you know, during this week so that I can finish it. But I don't think I want to read this like today. I'm probably just going to read the 2 stories and then I'll set it down. And then I don't normally do that with things, but essays, I think I'm going to do it. I just can't handle, or I get bored after a couple of them. So I don't know if it's just because they're not as good as the one I read before that, or there's too many of them. I don't know. So I'm going to, keep reading this. And again, it's just, I mean, they're interesting. It's just, again, I don't read a lot of essays. I admit that. And again, I like the subject because it's talking about a reader, but yeah, I think I'm going to spread it out for the rest of this week. So, but I am going to finish this. It's due to the library on next Sunday, so I have to finish it. So we'll do that. So the only other thing I just want to put up that I'm going to, so these are the stuff that I think I'm going to read in the next week, and this is where I don't know what's going to happen, except for these. I'm going to be rereading the only fiction that I'm going to read this month, which is My Fruits Baskets and Other, by Nasuki Tayaka. And this is, translated by Athea and Athena Nibley. And the third one, which completes this little extra series for Fruits Basket. This is their children, or the next generation. The third book comes out. It's on its way to me. I already got the shipping notice. So I'm probably going to read these probably today or tomorrow, and then it'll show up on Thursday or Tuesday, and then I get to read the third one. So I'm just going to reread these because they're lovely, and I love Fruits Basket, and I do like this new generation thing. It's kind of a fun little twist to things. So I do like it, and I want to see where it goes and how it ends. So anyway, but I will be reading that. I don't care if it's Nonfiction November. I'm going to give myself a little fiction, but it's fun. Okay, so then I have like a whole bunch of books. I'm not even sure what I'm going to pick up. So if you guys have any directions I should go, I mean, I might pick up something before many people, as you know, put their comments on here, but maybe the next book will be that book. I just don't know what to read. So I have a call their options. I want to do The Romantic Outlaws, The Extraordinary Lives of Mary Wollstonecraft and Mary Shelley by Charlotte Gordon. So this is one that I found at a library book sale, and this of course talks about the mother and daughter and their lives. And I don't know anything about Mary Shelley, you know, very much beyond Frankenstein. And again, I do want to read Mary Wollstonecraft's books. I think I have, I don't know, The Vindication of Some Rights or something. I can't remember the name of that book. It's on my wish list. I have not bought it yet. So I would like to read this and get more of a sense of their life, and then maybe buy some more of their books and read some of their other books. So I don't know. That's an option. I also have a SPQR, a History of Ancient Rome by Mary Beard. I've had this on my bookshelf for 2 years. I'd really like to read this. And again, there's the History of Ancient Rome. So I would like that. And then I have some library books. I'm thinking about picking up Bleaker House by Neil Stevens, Chasing My Novel to the End of the World. And this is when Neil Stevens wins a kind of fellowship where she gets to go somewhere and write for, I think it's for 3 or 6 months. I can't remember how long it is. But she goes to Bleaker Island in the Falklands. And then she also takes Bleak House with her by Charles Dickens to read. And I think it's kind of, you know, her writing that in her life. I don't know. I hear it's good things. I don't know, but that could happen. And then this one of reading, I'm not sure. This is Underland, A Deep Time Journey by Robert McFarlane. I read the introduction, or the, I don't know what they called it, first chamber. And I have to admit, it was kind of going over my head a little bit. I'm not quite sure. So I might attempt this one, read another chapter or two. But I don't know if this is really for me. I'm a little hesitant, and I'm a little intimidated. So if you've read this, let me know. I don't know. Anyway, so I don't know. Well, as I said, I might read a little bit more of that today and decide. I don't know. And then the audiobook I'm probably going to pick up after I'll Be Gone in the Dark is Eager, The Surprising Secret Life of Beavers and Why They Matter by Ben Goldfarb. So I have the audiobook to this already. I bought it on some deal, which is how I buy most of my audiobooks. I don't usually buy them even with my Audible credits. I wait till there's a deal and then I buy them. Anyway, so I'm hoping to look at this. As I said, it was a little denser and a little longer. I think the audiobook's like 11 hours. So, and again, I do listen to it at 1.5 speed, but it still takes time. So anyway, I think this is the next audiobook I'm going to pick up, but we will see. So that is it. I think that's it. Yeah. So, how are your guys' reading going? My Nonfiction November is going really well. Again, I've completed a few titles, my first 3. I'm in the middle of 2. I'm going to start another one today. What that is, don't know yet. And yes, I'm going to take a tiny bit of a fiction break and read some of that manga, but that'll be fun. Anyway, so what are you guys reading? Anything good? Let me know. And if any of these books at the end you think I really should try to focus on, let me know too. Like, you think it's spectacular and I should not put it off any longer, let me know. Okay, well, have a good week. I'm going to go write, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.